Good evening, welcome to the County Club's coverage of EFL League One action. It's Peterborough United taking on Stevenage. Game 37 from the EFL League One campaign. At Western Homes Stadium, 8 o'clock kick-off. What a game we've got in prospect this evening. First EFL game that we've covered on the channel this season from either Championship, League One or League Two. And I'm delighted to say that myself, Russ Vernon, is in the Aussie today alongside my good friend Mike Onman, and we'll have alongside us very shortly Mike, a big follower of Stevenage. So it's really good that we get Mike on to give his thoughts throughout the evening, afternoon or morning, depending where you are in the world. August 2022, Peterborough won, Stevenage 2 in the EFL Trophy. Just looking at the goals in that game from Stevenage. Piergiani, the captain, on target that day. He plays again tonight. We'll give you the two teams in just a moment. Peterborough in the EFL Trophy final on the 7th of April. They take on Wycombe Wanderers on that occasion. What a game that will be. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you that one there tonight. Big game that we've got here. We've got Mike with us as well at a kick-off. And just before we give you the team news, let's just fetch in Mike Onman for the first time this evening. And my very good evening to you. Well, it should be a good game, this one. What are you looking forward to the most from a Stevenage standpoint this evening?
Yeah, good evening, Russ. Good evening, everyone. It's a real test, this game, for Stevenage. Obviously, two sides battling for the playoffs, 5th against 6th in the division, and hopeful that we can get a result. But Peterborough, have shown on many occasions this season what they're about, and you've only got to go back to the reverse fixture where Stevenage were 2-0 up and only managed to get a point there, at home, at the Lemex against Peterborough on that occasion. So, we know that Peterborough are going to be a dangerous side, but regarding Stevenage, I think anything's possible. We've certainly shown that in the last few seasons on the back of promotion to League One. And even before that, to be honest, FA Cup against Villa and everything like that. So, it's going to be an interesting game. And, whatever happens regarding this season, it's been a big achievement to even be where we are in the table at this moment in time with, a chance of the playoffs in, we've got about 10 games from now. So it's going to be, it's going to be a good game. I think I'm looking forward to this one. I think it should be, two very good sides going toe-to-toe, really. Attack versus defence, as they say, with Peterborough very strong in attack and, Stevenage ourselves being really good defensively. So, it should be a good game.
Yeah, really good game, mate. Looking forward to it this evening. Really looking forward to getting back on the EFL trail after being doing some Premier League games myself for the past few weeks. Big shout out to our very good friend and colleague Paul James for excellent work over the past few days in some of the Premier League games. Just what we'll do right now at the kick-off, we'll bring you some of the news ahead of kick-off with some of the stats regarding the referee today, who I can tell you is Carl Brook, assisted by David Harrison and Daniel Bonnewell, with Sam Perkis, the fourth official. They're your officials for this evening's game. Just to tell you the stats for the referee Carl Brook tonight: 30 games he has done this season across all competitions, 127 yellow cards, 1 second yellow cards, 1 red card, and he has awarded 7 penalties. He's done a Stevenage game already this season, which Stevenage didn't win, which I know when I was telling Mike before kick-off, he wasn't very happy to be reminded of that. He's done 2 Peterborough games though, and Peterborough fans, if you're listening, will be happy to hear that your side won twice on that occasion. In both times he's took charge of one of your games. They both come in the EFL Cup. One was against Tottenham Hotspur under-21s, where you beat them by 3-1, and the other was against AFC Wimbledon, where you also beat them by the same scoreline, 3-1. Should be a very good game.
That's interesting because actually, just going back to that, just for 2 seconds as well, every game that he's refereed has ended 3-1 because Stevenage.
Yeah, in the Stevenage game against Oxford, he finished Stevenage 1, Oxford United 3. So will tonight's scoreline finish 3-1. I wonder as we're getting ready for kick-off now, and the kick-off very much fast approaching here this evening as the teams are getting ready to come out in any moment now, ready for kick-off as we get ready to look at the two teams, and we'll take a look right now, starting with Peterborough United. In goal, wearing number 21 is Jed Steer, 2 is Jedel Katongo, number 5 is Josh Knight. He's alongside Ronnie Edwards, a centre-back, with Harrison Burrows, a left-back. Then it's Hector Cipriano alongside Archie Collins in defensive midfield, with Kenway Poku, Joe Randall and Ephron Mason Clark behind the lone striker of Ricky Jade Jones. On the bench is Bill Carpet, Roman Critchlow, Wendy Ave, Johnson Clark Harris, Michael Oligby, David Ajiboy, Malik Mothersill. As for Stevenage, it's a 5-3-2 formation. Could change to a 5-2-1-2 formation. Is Ashbemond in goal, Wilding, Sweeney, Van Kooten, Pierre Johnny the captain, and Buckler across the back. Freeman and Ben Thompson in midfield, with Roberts potentially drifting from the left-hand side of midfield into the 10 in support of Reid and Oliver. On the bench, McGillivray, McDonald, Forsakatsky, List, Guinness Walker, Louis Thompson, and Kane Emmings. As I mentioned, the referee called Brook, assisted by David Harrison and Daniel Bonnywell, and Sam Perkins is the fourth official. Mike, just to kick off in, and I like to pick my co-commentator's brains here, Mike, when I do this. Time for Mike Ornament to give us his score prediction for this game. And Mike, how do you see this game going, and what do you reckon the final score is going to be?
Yeah, so do I go, obviously people know me, they know I'm a Stevenage fan, so I'm not going to say we're going to lose, because, I'd be foolish to say that. So, I'm going to stick my nose out and sort of say I'd be happy with a point. So I'll go 1-1.
Yeah, should be an interesting game, Mike, because we're almost ready for kick-off any moment now as we build up last few minutes. We see a photo there of Pierre Johnny, the captain, who I can tell you with regards to Pierre Johnny, he's made most blocks and clearances for Stevenage this season. And Mike must be happy to see Pierre Johnny in the side tonight, the captain, and must be happy to hear that stat there, which most blocks and clearances for Stevenage this season in League One.
Yeah, Pierre Johnny's been excellent since he came in from Oldham. Basically, we played Oldham in, I think it was 2 seasons ago, when Oldham ended up getting relegated, and Pierre Johnny was superb that day. He was a rock at the back, and I think that was kind of his audition. And then he signed, about 3-4 months later. So after that, he has been a fantastic player for the club, and a real great captain as well.
Yes, and we're almost ready to get off and underway then in this League One encounter. Stevenage will be kicking us off, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side in the first half, and we're almost set to and ready to go then in this big game between Peterborough and Stevenage. And I can tell you now, we're just about to get underway. The referee just going for the last minute, and we're about to get underway very shortly right now. And we're underway with Stevenage has kicked us off, and ball looping up into the air, it's flicked across to the far side, and here is Reid, who goes down, wins inside a free kick early on here. Good play there from Jamie Reid to win that early free kick for Stevenage. Mike will be with us throughout the game as the left back, Dan Bullock, comes across to take it, with Stevenage scoring 9 goals in the opening minute to 15 minutes of the game. Only Lincoln and Bolton have scored more goals in the opening 15 minutes of matches in League One this season. Stevenage are level with Oxford at this moment in time on 9, Lincoln with 10, Bolton on 11. Is Buller will take this free kick from the right hand side. It's whipped in towards the penalty. Pierre John is in towards that, and punch clear by Steer. Good punch from Steer, breaks for Thompson, who heads it back across to Buckler. Goes all the way back to Ashby Hammond in goal. Plays a ball forward, flicked on there, and flicked on again by Verdane Oliver, who's in the side today. And this is another free kick. And just to let people know, Steve Evans is not taking charge of this game tonight, second of a 3-match ban with Alex Ravel and Paul Rayner, his right-hand men, in charge this evening, as Butler will get ready to take this free kick. Pierre Jones up from the back again, and he goes in towards the big man, and he comes round the back and he's headed behind for a corner. So Pierre Johnny, Butler, Wilding, Sweeney, Van Kooten can all stay up there from the set piece. Reid and Van Deen Oliver will be inside the penalty area too. We'll come to Mike after this attack comes to an end from this corner. Well, good start from Peterborough right now. As we get ready, we'll be with Mike in just a second. Whipped in towards the penalty area, cleared away. Good start from Stevenage. And there's a ball looped back towards the penalty area by Stevenage. And there's a break off here now. And on the right hand side, Stevenage on the attack. Lovely run. Can they get the cross into the penalty area? This is good play. Freeman can't get the ball in. He's played back. Low ball in. Cleared away. Reid was looking for it. And the ball is out of play for a throw as we get ready for this game again, as we watch Stevenage attack again down now as we get ready for this game. Should be a good one as we get ready for this match. Mate, good start from Stevenage early on. Mate, what have you made to the start by Stevenage this evening?
Yeah, started off quite well. We're looking bright, looking on the looking to get at Peterborough and to really get on the attack there. Had a couple of half chances already. So yeah, we started bright. We started really well and taking the game to Peterborough. So quite happy with the start so far.
Yes, big game in League One tonight. A derby game, and neither side like each other. Myself and a friend of ours who was going to this game today, watching this match. And Peterborough with a throwing down the line. It goes on the left-hand side. We'll play this and that's a poor clearance there from Mason Clark, who'll try to play it out from the left to the right. Mikhail Perku, and there's Steve Evans in the crowd. And man, what do you reckon Steve Evans would have said to his side so far? Well, in the build-up to this game, especially it had been a big match for not just for Stevenage but for the fans of the club as well.
Yeah, I think Steve Evans is gonna. He's a very passionate man. He looked like he was having a little 40 winks there for a minute, like he was shutting his eyes for a minute, but maybe he's had a long day. But anyway, regarding Steve Evans, I think he's been superb for Stevenage, and I just feel that he would have said just try and get something today, because obviously some of the other results that have happened as well over last night and some of the other weeks sort of just gone by the weekend and stuff as well. We've got the chance in being in the playoffs, and that's surprising everybody. Yes,
and Mike, to be fair, with the start that you've made, it has surprised me. It is Perku now. Can he get the ball into the penalty towards Ephraim Clark? Mason Clark at the back. He can Ephraim Mason Clark there, coming on the end of that. And he's behind for a goal kick to Stevenage. And Mike, what I was about to say that I'm surprised with the start that you've made with Pete, under Steve Evans this season. Not only Steve Evans, but the start to the season in League One with you only just coming up last season. So I'm very surprised with the start you've made. But to be fair, if someone said to you, Michael, at the start of the season, with going into game week number 37 against your local rivals, and you'd be in 6th, 2 points with this point as it stands at the moment, 2 points above 8th and 7th, you would have taken it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, Russ. Certainly would have taken it, on the back of, where we finished last season, getting promoted from League Two, and then, nobody really expected us to have a go again this season, and we've certainly done that and more. So, very happy with how the season's gone so far.
Yes, into the 5th minute then, it's still 0-0 between Peterborough and Stevenage, as Stevenage will be lined up a throw in here through Wilding. What can he do here from this throw in? Stevenage looking to strike early as the ball's down the line. Ball whipped back across. Reed is in there. But the ball had already gone out to play for a goal kick. But promising start from Stevenage. And just a quick question on Peterborough. What are you expecting from them in this game today? Under Darren Ferguson, the son of Sir Alex, the former Manchester United manager. What are you expecting from him in this game today?
Yeah, Sir Alex was actually at the previous meeting as well, just back in, I can't remember when it was now, but he was actually there watching the 2-2 game. And I think Peterborough, they've got a good attack. They've got obviously Mason Clark, they've got Jones, Poku as well. And then obviously they've got Ronnie Edwards at the back, who is very highly rated. So they're a very dangerous side. But from a Stevenage point of view, we've set out as I probably would have expected us to do when we've started brightly. So so far, yeah, quite happy, as I said before.
Yes, free kick thrown into Stevenage. Good start here from the visitors in this game. Peterborough yet to really get going in this match so far. It's going to be a long throw in by Wilding. And how far can he launch this one then? He's launched in towards the penalty area. Johnny looks to flick it on. Headed back in towards the penalty area. Shot from Reed is in now, cleared away. Edge of the penalty area for Stevenage. You have it on the left-hand side here. Is the number 24, Thompson, who can get the ball in towards the penalty. And he strikes just wide of the post line. A decent effort from Thompson on 7 minutes. Peterborough nil, Stevenage nil. And that's a good strike there from Thompson, Mike.
Yeah, it is. He obviously scored in a reverse game as well. The 2-2 back at the Lamex, and he's come in after, I think he's been out of the side for a couple of weeks as well, Ben Thompson, and he's looking, more than comfortable at the moment, like he's not been away. So, yeah, more of the same from that. Tomo, be happy if we can have a bit more of that.
And especially Mike, if you can get him on target next time. I think most Stevenage fans would be happy with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. But no, we started bright, and we're the side in the ascendancy at the moment. If anyone was watching this side and didn't know who was fifth and who was sixth, it's very so maybe a little bit lopsided, to be honest. We look like the side who are higher in the division rather than Peterborough right now.
Yes, as Roberts wins Stevenage a corner there, does well there. Jordan Roberts will drift into that number 10 role, as we touched upon briefly, and he was just out on the left wing there, and he tried to play the ball into the penalty looking for Oliver, but he's cut out for a Rowie. The corner then to Stevenage against Peterborough. First League One game for me this season, covering these two games, as Freeman is about to take this corner. He whips the ball in towards the back post and claimed again, but the referee has stopped the game, and I think he wants the corner to be retaken here for some reason.
I'm not sure what's happened there. It was a poor corner from Nick Freeman straight into the gloves of the Peterborough keeper there, which is obviously Steer. And I'm not really sure what happened. I just want to see whether there's a bit of pushing and shoving between Reed and the number 3, Burrows, I think, which is why the ref wants it to be taken again. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just looking here now, you can see Burrows has pushed Reed into the back of the goal before the corner's even taken. So that's the reason why he wants it to be retaken. He just wants to speak to those two. And I think he'll be keeping a close eye on those two now, see what happens. Let's see if Freeman can deliver a better corner for Stevenage. We'll soon find out in a moment. He's about to take this corner now. Whipped in towards the back post. Heads go up and headed wide this time. There's
Jordan Roberts at the back post.
Roberts at the back post. Don't look at there, Mike.
Yeah, it was a good delivery that time from Nick Freeman. Stevenage born and bred Nick Freeman as well. We would have thought that he might have come and signed for the club a lot sooner than he actually has. But obviously he's been around the block. He was at Wickham and teams like that. And so Nick Freeman knows what it means to the people of Stevenage, because obviously he's been born and raised here himself. But good delivery and a decent chance there from Roberts,
Yeah, decent effort from Roberts. Says he does well. Peterborough nil, Stevenage nil. Peterborough have the ball at the back and trying to play down the line, and they're doing fairly well there, Peterborough, over on that far side, which involves Burrows and number 27 as well, which is Collins. He's played down onto this right-hand side for Poku up against Bull left, and he's worked his way towards the edge of the penalty. Low ball in, cleared away by Pierre Johnny, who can get up towards halfway, and Reed, who bushes off his man, but then loses out. This Cipriano has possession and has to go all the way back to steer in the Peterborough goal. Still 0-0 if you're just joining us here. We've come to 10.5 minutes gone here is Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0. And the ball is played all the way back there to Steve, almost gave the ball away after good pressing there from Verdane Oliver. Good start from Stevenage, closing down.
That's what I like about Verdane Oliver as well, compared to potentially Kane Hemmings. I think, and even Elliot Lister to a degree, the press from Verdane Oliver, I find is better usually. And I think that him and Reed are kind of complementing each other very well as well. They haven't played together much this season since Oliver came in the January window, but so far, they're looking quite bright together.
Yeah, looking quite bright together as Peterborough whipped the ball in and it's just being cleared away for a throw into the Posh. And the ball back on the pitch. So they can't take the throw in just yet as the ball went off the other ball's off the pitch and it's going to be taken by Katongo, who's now playing a right back for Peterborough. They did have Peter Kioso on loan from Wilton United and made him captain, and Kioso did want to stay. Peterborough wanted to keep him, but no, Miller's boss Liam Richardson wants to fetch him back to have a look at him, and he's been playing for the Millers in recent weeks. Looks like
there's a lot of links actually between obviously Peterborough and Stevenage, but there's also links between Peterborough, Stevenage, and Rotherham, isn't there, as well, because Steve Evans, Paul Rayner, Alex Ravel have all been at Rotherham, so that there's quite a lot of links between the three clubs, to be honest.
Yeah, and also Mike, another former Millers player, is on the bench for Peterborough, who is Johnson Clark Harris. If he comes on, another former Miller will be involved this evening, which is another one which I've known well from the time of Rotherham, same with Ravel and Evans and Rayner, which is good to see. Evans always remembers me from when you speak to him. I've seen him when he's been back to watch Rotherham United since leaving.
Yeah.
What we're just mentioning that there, Peter win a free kick inside there on penalty area, foul by
That
Robert.
was good press from Stevenage though. Like I think it was Roberts and it might have been Oliver. I couldn't actually quite see who it was 100%, but it was good press. Stevenage are nicking the ball off the Peterborough midfield and defence and causing them problems at the moment and pressing very well and quite high up the pitch as well.
The armour, yes, it is Roberts. Good interception. And Stevenage, with that high press again, win the ball back and coming forward. Wonderful bit of play. And Stevenage, can they come forward? They can't lose out in possession. It is Perko now. Good play from Perko, and he keeps hold of the ball. And it's played, and he's given away to Buller this time from Peterborough. Good game so far. Peterborough giving the ball away cheaply. Stevenage did a few minutes ago. But now they've got the ball back. Let's see what they can do with possession. And here as we never to the ball with Pierre Johnny, who can clear the ball forward, but he gives the ball away. And here comes Ricky J. Jones. What a run this could be. He plays it into the path for Perko, and he can get towards the penalty. Perko to Collins into the penalty. Shot is blocked on the line by Pierre Johnny, who got back in well there to clear away.
Yeah, led by example did the. I was just going to say, led by example
Oliver,
did the captain there. Yeah.
And down for a throw-in now. Good blow there by the captain, and like I say, led by example there.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think that's what you expect from Carl Piergiani. He's been colossal for this season and last season at that centre-back position. And, he's good at both ends. He scored a few goals this season as well. So, yeah, it's a good player in both areas.
Yes, a long throw down the line, then brilliantly by Buller. And he's on to Reed, who brings it down well. Reed, wonderful run from Jim Reed, and can he just land up a shot? He can't. So he goes out to Robertson instead. Robertson low cross in. And standing there was Verdane Oliver, and he couldn't reach it. Goes out for a throw in, and that was a wonderful ball in across the corridor of uncertainty. And Stevenage couldn't take advantage there, but brilliant play again from Steve Evans' side.
Yeah, good play from Jamie Reid, and then out to Jordan Roberts as well. And then obviously Verdane Oliver gambled, but just sort of wasn't long enough. Maybe Stevenage could have done with Luke Oliver there. If anyone remembers him, he was about 6'7" centre back. Used to play up front on occasion, so maybe his legs would have put that into the back of the net.
Yes, and unfortunately, Mike, you've not got him today, have you?
No.
which is a shame. Now that would have probably been 1-0 to the visitors there, but as it is, still 0-0. 15 minutes on the clock as the ball is played forward, and he bounces well, and Stevenage just get the ball back there well with Sweeney, who can tidy up and clear the ball forward. Van Kooten at the back there helping out too, as A flick on there from Oliver, can't pick out a teammate, and Peterborough will come back and come in possession again with the right back Katongo. Does well to play it towards the Knight, who can get the ball forward, and he slips. Does the Stevenage left back Buller, but fortunately for him, he didn't get a touch to the ball as he went out.
Did you see that stat as well? That's an interesting stat. Stevenage have had 25 touches in the Peterborough half. As opposed to Peterborough's 4 in the reverse, the opposite half. So, that's why that kind of goes back to what we were saying. Stevenage have really dominated these first 16 minutes or so.
Yeah, Mike. Into the 16th minute, then still 0-0. Stevenage still trying to probe, and Peterborough look for trying to get back into this game, and they do well from Pulko to keep hold of possession, and he does well. Collins switches the play well to the far side, and here comes Burrows, the captain, racing forward down the left-hand side into Mason Clark over on that far left-hand touchline, and he can get the ball in here. And the forward can Mason Clark get the ball in, but stopped by Wilding. There's a Peterborough man gone down on the edge of the box, which is Jay Jones there, and I think he's having off the ball. Do you see what happened there? It may have clashed with
I think he clashed with Piergiani, I think it was, the Stevenage captain. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at it now. Piergiani just seemed to swing the arm towards his face there, Mike. I'm not saying it's intentional or elbow, just trying to up-arm him off to keep him at arm's length as he's trying to shield him. As you watch here, Mike, he's trying to shield him, and he just pushes his arm across to shield him off, and just catches him.
Yeah, it's a dangerous one to lead with your arm, though. Obviously, Stevenage are known as a very physical side anyway, and even like with people like Steve Evans, he's quite an old school manager, which is why he's obviously suspended today, because obviously I think it was from a combination of yellow cards. I think it was 10 yellow cards or whatever it was, which is why he's now got a 3-game ban. But yeah, Stevenage are a very physical side, and that was an example of that.
Yes, and but here comes Peterborough with strike from distance, and then no, I want to poke the ball in, and somehow we can't get any of that, and they're coming forward again here now. On the far side, low ball in again from Mason Clark. Out for a threat to Stevenage. Peterborough, good defensive play from Stevenage there. And Stevenage will look together. Peterborough will look together this ball in. Long will another taking shot to Mason Clark. Back he goes to Collins, who's keeping on the possession. Stevenage doing well to try and win the ball back and force Peterborough back inside their own half, and with Edwards and Knighton, who's all the way back this time to Jed Steer, the former Villa goalkeeper. And this is good movement here from Peterborough to get away from the Stevenage press and play around that Stevenage press to get over the field rather than being camped inside their own half. First time through quite a bit now. They've got inside the Stevenage half and kept a bit of possession, and it's coming forward again with Stevenage battling well to try and win the ball back, but it's out wide now with Mason Clark. Can he get the ball in towards the penalty area? He can't, and he's pulled down, but the referee says no penalty. It says goal kick. Well, that's good physical display there by Stevenage.
Yeah, Luther Wilding, right back, done very well there. And thanks for mentioning Villa, by the way. I was waiting to see how long you mentioned Villa. Obviously, we beat Villa in the FA Cup last year. And obviously, we got the link there with Jed Steer. So thanks for reminding me of that beautiful day at Villa Park.
No problem, Mike. Fewest touches in this game, Mike, so far. Tay Ashby-Hammond, Ricky J. Jones with 2. Sweeney's got 4. Van Kooten's got 5 in there. And you can tell why with Stevenage having a lot of possession inside there. Peterborough half here rather than Peterborough having a lot of possession inside the Stevenage half. As Jones, seen on the screen here, not really going to the game much yet. There's Darren Ferguson, as I mentioned, son of Sir Alex. And here they come forward, wonderful ball over the top, and he's cleared away there brilliantly by Knight. Stevenage pick up the ball again.
Regarding Darren Ferguson, this is his 4th spell at Peterborough, I believe, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I believe it's his 4th spell at Peterborough as well, Mike. And he was there when Leeds beat him, when Leeds were back down in League One. He's back here again this time around, and I think he just loves Peterborough.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, he's a Peterborough man. I think, you see, I think Grant McCann was another one. He was kind of in and out at Peterborough as well. caretaker manager, and I think he was manager permanently at one occasion too. But
two occasions, I think. Two or three occasions.
Maybe 2 occasions. But Darren Ferguson, 4th time at Peterborough, which is on par with the 4th time that a certain Mr. Wesley's been at Stevenage.
Yes, Mike, absolutely, yes. And here come Stevenage again as they come forward. Can they keep on the ball? They can. He's played down the line. Wonderful control there over that far side from Freeman. Can he get the ball in towards the penalty area? He can't, but he keeps the ball moving. Good cross this time in towards Reed at the back post. Pierre Johnny in there to head back in towards Pierre Johnny. Can he get a striking burst round ball? Nothing given by referee Colebrook. But Peterborough survived that ball appeals. Pierre Johnny staying up at the back post. But he's going towards the back post on the far other side this time as Butler launches the ball in towards the penalty area. Heads from Verdane Oliver, but Peterborough win the ball back with Mason Clark, who just as well to tidy up at the bad there, and Burrows can get this ball forward, and he's out of play for a throw-in, and this is good play from Peterborough defensively to keep Stevenage out. Stevenage still, we mentioned already, Mike, penning Peterborough back inside their own half at this moment in time.
Yeah, we really are, and it's actually a joy to see and to watch as well. We've got a lot of attacking options on the pitch there with Oliver and Reed and Roberts and Freeman, Ben Thompson as well. And we're causing them a lot of problems right now. So, I think the only thing that's lacking is that first goal.
Yes, and I wonder if Stevenage will be able to get that first goal, which their play does deserve at this moment in time. However, Peterborough will get one against the winner play. We'll have to wait and see. It's still 0-0. Slip from Thompson there, but he recovers well. Ben Thompson to keep hold of the ball.
Ex-Peterborough man Ben Thompson as well, ex-Millwall. There's quite a few links. Pierre Johnny lives in Peterborough. Dan Butler, the left back, is ex-Peterborough as well. So obviously the management team with Steve Evans is ex-Peterborough too. So lots of links between the two clubs there, and that's why Steve Evans, I think he only lives 10-15 minutes away from Peterborough himself, so he watches a lot of Peterborough games.
Yes, he'll probably been there in the build-up to this game, or sent some of his coaching staff there at the weekend to watch this game for him as the Burrows plays the ball down the left-hand side looking for the one of Mason Clark, and he goes out of play for a throw, which is not happy at Dan Ferguson with that bit of play from his side, and understandably so. 23 minutes on the clock, Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0 in this game as myself was winning and Mike Onman watches on and brings you this game this evening. Big love to everybody out there listening in. If you're listening in, we do appreciate it. Myself and my first time that Mike's been back in the commentary box for quite a while. He was in the studio the other day with the Arsenal game on with Paul James.
I've done a bit of punditry stuff, but this is the first time on co-coms or anything for a while. Yeah,
and it's good to have you back, Mike, on the channel, back working alongside not just myself but Paul as well. And Peterborough have got the ball out on that far side with Mason Clark, wonderful cross towards the back post, looking for Perkle to try and keep it in. His Butler gets there ahead of him and clears it downfield, looking for the run of Reed. And the ball bounces up against Katonga and keeps the ball coming forward. Look like we're in a ball there. Katonga, but he loses.
He did look it, yeah. He did look it.
And he goes across to Burrows as Stevenage tried to clear it forward, but Peterborough have got the ball back. Now with Edwards, he plays it into Collins, and this is good work here from Peterborough to Katongo again. Down the right-hand side for Perker, who just loses out. Heavy touch there from Perker, and there's a throw into Peterborough here. Stevenage thought he was there throwing.
Yeah, I think it came off the... Stevenage was saying it came off the number 10, which was obviously Nick Freeman. But I think the referee got that decision correct, yeah.
He did, as Peterborough have the ball at the back there. And it is Katongo down the right-hand side. Brilliant bit of play this from Peterborough. Just keep hold of the ball for quite a bit now and make Stevenage run around a bit rather than normally being the opposite way like it has been in the first 25 minutes or so. 25 minutes on the clock now. Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0 if you're just joining us. Myself, Russ Vernon, alongside Mike Orneman, bringing you this game between Peterborough and Stevenage this afternoon as we get underway in this game, should I say? Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0 if you're just tuning into us. Big love.
I'm just looking as well. Obviously, you would have noticed this too, but Can you see? There's a Peterborough flag there. It's got a picture of Steve Evans on. I'm not sure what it says. If you can, maybe if we can have a look at that at some point, because that's certainly a picture of Steve Evans there. And obviously, we know he's been involved at Peterborough in the past.
And I think his daughter works at Peterborough Bank as well.
Yeah,
So I remember the reason why.
Because there's obviously the proud to be posh flag a little bit further down as well. But there's one of Steve Evans there. And a couple of weeks ago, we had the same at what game was it now? Where there was a little bit of a dig at Steve Evans from a flag of a different team. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it might be a little dig there on the fact he was ex-Peterborough and then obviously is now with Stevenage.
Yes, and I think he said posh, and then there's something underneath that as well, Matt. But go and try and read this last part of that. But he did definitely from out, so I said posh. On that is Ashby Hammond was about to take this goal kick for Stevenage, and he only looks quite young, just Ashby Hammond. And
yeah, good keeper though. He was a very good keeper. Last season we had him on loan from Fulham, and that was made permanent in the summer. And yeah, he's a great goalkeeper. One of the poshest people you'll ever meet as well. He's very, very posh as Tay.
Yes, here's Roberts. Good ball out wide to Bull. Can he swing the ball in? He can towards the back post. Freeman keeps the ball alive for Stevenage. Right down the line he goes this time to Luther James Wilding, who can get the ball back in. Can he know he goes back and Pierre John has it on halfway. Across there to Sweeney, who can play this ball forward. Break off there's Van Kooten. Good control from TVC, Mike, and Stevenage know him as well.
Yeah.
So ball chested down by Verdane Oliver. How wide it goes this time to Freeman. Can Freeman get the ball in the penalty towards the penalty area? He's in the penalty area now. Chipped in looking for Van Kooten on the edge of the box. Van Kooten just over the crossbar. And a decent effort from the centre back.
Yeah, he's not known for scoring goals. TVC's not known for scoring goals. I think he's only ever scored one league goal, and that was earlier this season. That was an interesting game, actually. He scored an own goal, and then he scored later on, and then Stevenage were 2-1 up, and I think it ended 2-2. I'll have to do a little bit of research on who it was against, but that would have been his second Stevenage league goal, and he's been at the club for about 6 years, I think it is now.
Yes, it's here come Peterborough with possession, and Zawa with Burko. Good bit of play this, Burko, good control. Katongo gets it back to Knight, who switches the play well to pick out Mason Clark. On the left-hand side, drops it into Collins. Back he goes to Edwards. And Peterborough's knocking the ball around well as the ball is played forward. Very soon I'll begin, Mike, to give you a trivia answer. Or should I say trivia question for you to have a thinking answer. We've got him, and he's somebody to do with both of these two teams playing tonight. It's both and into the arms of Ashby Hammond there, Mike.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've just done a little bit of research regarding that. It was Port Vale away when TVC gave Port Vale the lead through an own goal on that day, and then looked like he was going to win it late on for Stevenage, but Port Vale got an equaliser, so that was the only time he scored for Stevenage there, TVC. But yeah, that was a good bit of play from Peterborough, and to be honest, it was quite comfortable in the end for Taylor.
Yes, here comes Stevenage now. Over on that far side is Freeman. What can he do now? Brilliant bit of play. Back it goes well to Wilding. Wilding can get the cross in, he can't. Good ball through, out round the corner. Well then, he can get the ball in Freeman this time he can. Towards the back post, and then elevates it down. Roberts can't go into that, neither can Reid. A good closing down is Reid here. And he does well there. And it was TVC, Mike, instead of, it looked like it was Reid there from the moment, but it was TVC. He both closed it down and forced Peterborough to win a corner.
I think TVC's getting a bit dizzy on this game, to be honest. That's twice now that we've seen him up the pitch, and we know him as a centre back, potentially CDM on occasions, defensive mid, but it looks like he wants to get involved in the attacking third today as well. So I think he played right back a couple of weeks ago too. But TVC, the Guyana international, fancies a chance of maybe getting at Peterborough going forward as well, which. Yeah, as I said, he seemed a bit dizzy there. It's not normally TVC. He's not normally further back than that. He's not normally playing up front or in those sort of areas. It's rare to
Yes,
see
as
him.
Ronnie Edwards commits a foul on Jamie Reid. So Stevenage will have another free kick, central position, just inside the centre circle in the Peterborough half of the field, and which will see the likes of Pierre Jarnis, Sweeney, TVC come up and potentially stay up in terms of TVC for this game. And then there's a couple of players just stood in or standing in an offside position, and Reid and Oliver. I wonder if they will get back in position. No, they will this time as it's come towards the back post. Ball up to cross. Headed from Reid is wide. Stevenage wanting a corner. Peterborough wanting a goal kick. I think the goal kick's being given.
I think it is a goal kick. I think Jamie Reid, he does well there to get his head on the ball and try and direct it towards goal. But yeah, I think goal kick's correct decision on that occasion.
Yes, I'm not sure whether they were appealing for a corner there, Stevenage, or whether the first one should have been a penalty.
No, I wouldn't have seen the penalty in that. I didn't see anything wrong with any fouls in there.
Yes, and still 0-0 as Peterborough just have possession at the back. Here is Knight. And while Peterborough have just got the ball at the back, man, with Knight and Edwards and just playing it out from the back. Would you like to give your trivia question out to the listeners?
Yeah, so the question, Steve Evans has obviously managed both teams. He's at Stevenage now and has been at Peterborough previously. And there's another manager who has spent time at both clubs as well. So yeah, let us know regarding that, the manager in question.
Yes, who else has managed Stevenage and Peterborough's Cipriano will pick up a yellow card here, foul on Verdane Oliver, and that's good pressure from Verdane Oliver to win that free kick there, as I was giving out that trivia question, which, to remind you, is which other manager has managed both Peterborough and Stevenage? Steve Evans has done that, and there's one other manager. And what we'll say, guys, is Mike asked me this question off air beforehand.
Yeah, you were stumped, weren't you? Yeah,
I was stumped as well. I couldn't remember which one it was in the end, or it was in the end there. So Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0, 32 minutes gone as the ball's in towards the penalty from Butler. Flicked on in towards Verdane Oliver, pressure with the goalkeeper, and it's a free kick. Verdane Oliver stays down, stays back onto his feet, and Verdane Oliver stays down on his head. Yes, the decision given against him, and I think, Mike, when I just look at this again here, for me, is the correct call, because Steve comes and punches the ball clear, and then Verdane Oliver goes in and catches into him. So for me, I think the referee's gone on spot on today, Mike.
Yeah, I think that's a correct decision as well. I just want to have a look again. Dan Sweeney knocks it in, and then they're looking at potential. Oh, that was just looking at the claiming another penalty from a while. Like, I think it was against the number 5, which was Peterborough's number 5.
He's Josh Knight, Mike.
Josh Knight, yeah. So yeah, not a penalty on the Verdane Oliver one, but for that handball, that could have easily been given. VAR would have looked at that if it was in the higher leagues.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. And I didn't spot that. I wondered at the time, man, we wondered why Stevenage was appealing for a penalty there. We thought, was it a foul or anything? And we've just seen there why, and that should have been given as a penalty. And here comes Stevenage with possession now. I reckon, Mike, if Stevenage now going to lose this game and Evans sees that, that would be another talking point for Evans.
It might even be another apology again. To be honest, it seems like we get them every week. So, yeah, it's kind of part and parcel of things at Stevenage at the minute with the referee and decisions. But, yeah, that might be an apology again if the referee looks back on that one and sees what we've seen.
Yes, and I think he probably will look back on this one after the game, or maybe even at half-time. See what he says. With Peterborough possession well inside the centre circle, and here is Edwards, finds Knight and to Cipriano, back into Knight once more, and good player from Knight, and he's keeping the ball really, really well. 0-0 is a scoreline if you just join us here on the TC Up, also TC Up 2. JB Sports focus on football, and my own personal Twitch channel tonight was _Vernon_92. Thank you very much for joining us. Russ Vernon alongside Mike Arneman in this game. Big game in the Championship. We've got a derby game tonight. We've got another derby game in the Championship on Sunday. On Saturday, should I say, between Swansea City and Cardiff City. Big derby there to follow this big derby. Hopefully we'll get to fetch you that one or score updates over that one on Saturday afternoon.
Just regarding score updates as well, here's the score update for you. Obviously, Tom Lockyer has returned to Bournemouth against Luton today, obviously with what happened last time. It's a happy return for him at the moment. It's just gone into the second half and the Hatters are 3-0 up.
Wow. And that is what some Luton fans would have probably not expected in this game, especially with Open as it and some of the teams down at the bottom will not be happy with that. And I can just tell you the goal scorers for Luton is Tai Chong, Chidozie Ogbene and Ross Barkley. The scorers there for Luton against Bournemouth. We'll keep you up to date with the second half of that one. That kicked off at 7:30. The ball is played forward and is at clear down the line. If anyone knows the answer to Mike's trivia question, other than Steve Evans, which is the other manager to manage both Peterborough and Stevenage, tweet us, Commentary Live 1, or you can let us know in the comments. There's a shot. It's just wide in the end. That's Steer diving there, and that's Roberts again, Mike, with another shot, which just went wide in the end.
Yeah, Jordan Roberts there, free hit really, to be honest. No one was closing him down, not far away at all.
Yeah, it's not far away, and there's decent tempo from Roberts. He's just curled at the last minute, Mike. Otherwise, he had the dip on it. He just curled at the last minute just to go the wrong side of the post. Here's Perkle, wonderful with a flare. He races forward in towards the middle. Here's Collins, gets the ball out wide into Katongo. Katongo inside the penalty. He goes down looking for a penalty. Nothing given. And Stevenage will clear the ball away. Which sees Reid chasing after this one. And Steve comes out to his goal to keep the possession for Peterborough. Peterborough starting another back with Knight. Switching the play well for Burrows. Good control from Burrows. And he gets the down the line well, but then into wonderful interception from Stevenage as they're racing forward and balling towards the penalty area. Is too much on it. Looking for Reid inside the box there. But this is a penalty shot, Mike. For you, is this a penalty or not?
What, where Jordan Roberts, the one with Jordan Roberts, are you on about?
Yeah, Jordan Roberts and Katongo there. I'm just in the replay.
I don't think so. I think that would have been soft. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been soft as well, Mike. I don't think it was a penalty either. I think it was a bit soft, but what we'll say though is, Mike, and I think you'll probably be able to agree with me, I have seen some of those decisions given in the higher division, say in the Championship or the Premier League this season. But for me, I would have given it.
No, not for me, I don't think. I think the one with the handball a little bit earlier on, in what would have gone in Stevenage's favour, that one's more of a penalty than that one for sure. I don't think Peterborough really can have too many complaints that wasn't given.
Yes, I agree with you, Mike, but I'm just saying in the top two tiers of English football, I have seen those decisions being given.
Yeah, understandable, yeah.
Which you can understand them being given as well from those there as we get ready for this game. Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0 into coming towards the final 5 minutes of this first half. And the first half, which has flown by really good game so far. Peterborough 0, Stevenage 0. If you're just joining us, good game. Stevenage with the better of the chances. But Peterborough in the last few minutes trying to grow into the game, but not really testing Ashby Hammond much. Despite Peterborough being on the back foot and Stevenage having the better of the sides, Steve's yet to be tested either. No shots on target from either side of them at this moment in time, but Stevenage with a lot of the possession, a lot of the chances, but we just can't test the goalkeeper there as we see Stevenage keeping their shape well as Peterborough have the ball on halfway with Collins to Burrows, and Burrows goes back to Collins, and Stevenage's press is worked very, very well here and forcing Peterborough to just looking around on the back is Knight to his centre-back partner Edwards. We gets it back into Knight. Here now Josh Knight. Down the line he goes into the path of Katongo towards Perku. And Stevenage win the ball back. Pierre Johnny. Poor pass from him looking to set Thompson away. Thompson Roberts away down this left-hand side, sorry. But Pierre Johnny apologises and acknowledges that poor mistake and that poor miscommunication. It's now 3-1 in the game between Bournemouth and Luton. Dominic Solanke pulls a goal back for Bournemouth there, 52 minutes on the clock. Bournemouth 1, Luton 3 in the Championship. No, Premiership, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm thinking Peter Luton was in the Championship last season.
Bournemouth have obviously been there, haven't they, as well, a few years back, yeah.
Yeah, Bournemouth have been there a few years back as well. The Leather Red in bad there at the start of the season with the poor form they were under Iriola. Were picked up a lead, did Bournemouth, but they seem to be dropping like a stone. Forest, with this Luton lead, they're in the bottom three now. As Burko picks up possession out wide, he goes to Burrows down the line. Mason Clark against Wilding. Can he get across and he can up and away. Breaks well on this far side from Mason Clark. Once you get the ball in up against Wilding, he goes down. Mason Clark and the referee says penalty.
No,
penalty
free kick,
to Stevenage.
I think is he given a penalty or a free kick? Oh, it is a penalty.
Penalty.
Yeah.
Penalty to Peterborough, Mike. And he's just on the line, Mike. And he's on the line. Well, in fact, he's just inside the box. He catches him there, Wilding. But Peterborough have the chance to go in the lead here.
Yeah, a bit of a lunge in there from Luther Wilding. Doesn't need to do that. It's it's poor from the Stevenage right back. I think Peterborough complaining though. Has the referee given a free kick rather than a penalty? Because I know that I can see. I'm not too sure why the Peterborough players are complaining there.
Mike, I think the reason why they're complaining, they're wanting a yellow. They're wanting a yellow card for the
lunge from Luther Wilding. Yeah.
For Wilding, but the referee's not giving it. Steve Evans don't look happy here.
It is a penalty then. It's a number 3 that's going to take it. Burrows, the left back.
Burrows, the left back to take it. Just before we get this penalty, just want to say shout out to James Summersgill, who said, "Good evening, JB, Russ, Paul, Luke, and all the pundits show commentary team of the TC Hub. Hopefully you're doing okay, mate." And Nicholas has been on mic. I'll get Nicholas's comment in a moment. To Nicholas's comment in a minute. So you appreciate what Nicholas has said, Mike. But we'll watch this penalty first of all, which Burrows to take for Peterborough. Penalty after a foul on Mason Clark by Luther Wilding, and Burrows steps up and converts it for Peterborough into the bottom corner. 44 minutes on the clock, and Peterborough take the lead against the winner play. And it's Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. Burrows with the goal from the penalty spot, and it's Peterborough strike first in this derby. Mike Honeyman.
Yeah, it's a good penalty there from Burrows. Sends Tay Hammond the complete wrong way. And Peterborough, as you say, leading against the run of play. Sloppy from Luther Wilding. I don't think you really need to do that. And you can't really argue, as much as Steve Evans is arguing that that's a penalty. I think it probably is, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it is as well, Mike. And if you want to put blame on anybody for Stevenage falling behind here, you can put blame on Nicholas Jones.
Why was he saying that we've started really brightly?
He said, for a fraction of this game a short while ago, Stevenage seemed to be holding their own really well.
Yeah, we were. We still are, to be honest.
Yes, and he just put, Mike, I spoke too soon.
Yeah,
Nicholas, hopefully you're okay though, mate.
It's been a good game anyway, though. It's been a good watch. And, we're certainly going to be disappointed going in at half-time behind, and rightfully so, with the chances we've had and certainly with the possession.
Yes, and Stevenage trail by a goal to 0. They're running towards stoppage time at the end of this first half. As Stevenage just keeping on the possession. We'll wait to see how many minutes the stoppage time we will get.
I wouldn't have thought there'd be too many. Maybe 1, maybe 2, yeah.
Probably about 2 minutes, I would say. Stevenage trying to go equalise just before half time as Thompson tries to get in there, but he can't do so. And he runs through to the goalkeeper, Steer. Nicholas, if you know the answer to this question that Mike said, if you want to go, give me the answer very shortly.
So, regarding, my question about
managers.
The managers.
Do that 3 minutes at a time we've got. I'm into that now.
Well, I said 1 or 2, so just add them together and there we go.
So, Mike, see if Mick knows the answer to your question.
Yeah, so the question, Steve Evans has managed both of these sides, and there's another manager that has as well. And just who is that manager?
Yes, we'll give you the answer as soon as the half-time whistle blows here, as the ball is being controlled well by Butler. Does well to get away from Poku and finds Sweeney here now. And Sweeney turns away from his man to find Piergiani, who's defending resolutely for Stevenage. Ball lifted over the top, chested down and cleared away. Peterborough just battling well to keep on the ball, just try and keep it away from Stevenage till half time. It's out of play for a throw in to Peterborough. Butler not happy that has gone the way of Peterborough, that throw in, and very visually not happy as well when you saw a close up of him on our monitors here. It's still Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0 if you're just joining us. It's Alfred Svennon alongside Mike Orneman for this game. As Peterborough lead by a goal to 0, goal coming against the winner play from the penalty spot through the left by Burrows.
Just looking at some stats here as well, some of the match facts and match stats. It says that although people are saying Stevenage have had a lot of possession and everything like that, it looks, according to this, Peterborough had 69% to Stevenage's 31%, and Stevenage have only had one more shot than Peterborough. It's 4 to Peterborough and 5 to Stevenage. And Stevenage, for all that pressing as well, haven't had a shot on target as of yet.
Yes, we just see some stats come up on the screen here as well, Mike. And 4 goal attempts to Stevenage's 5, 2 on target from Peterborough, none for Stevenage so far. And Peterborough win themselves the free kick. They're following Mason Clark out for a throw in to Peterborough. Stevenage, it is a free kick, actually, foul on Mason Clark. He did get it correct the first time around.
Yeah.
And Peterborough just have it on this near side, the right, and we can get this ball forward, and it's cleared away in the end by Stevenage, but Poku picks up possession and runs over halfway. Last chance for Peterborough to pull early before half time, and ball towards the number 17 here, which is Jay Jones, and he runs out of play for a goal kick to Stevenage, and I think that'll be half time as soon as he kicks the ball here from Stevenage goalkeeper Ashby Hammond. As soon as he kicks this ball here, I think it will be the end of the first half, and been a good first half with Stevenage having more possession, just not taking their chances. The half-time whistle now does go here with Peterborough United leading by a goal to 0 in the game between Peterborough and Stevenage. But before you give the answer to the trivia out, would you like to give us your first half assessment? As Peterborough going to break at half time by a goal to 0, with Burrows a scorer from the penalty spot just a minute before half time.
Yeah, so it's basically a tale of two penalties. It's the one that wasn't given and the one that was. From a Stevenage point of view, disappointing that the one for handball wasn't given against the number 4, Josh Knight, and then the one at the end there, Luther Wilden. He's been at the club for long enough. He's been right back for long enough. He knows, or he should know, not to dive in. So disappointing end to the half there. But we've certainly shown that we've got a lot of options in the attacking sense as well, and we're causing Peterborough some problems. So anything's possible in the second half, and it's still anyone's game really.
Yes, so just before we do go for a half-time break, we did ask a question: which is the other manager other than Steve Evans to manage both Peterborough and Stevenage? I don't think no one's going to touch with an option for an answer, Mike. So would you like to give those people, our listeners, the answer to the question?
Yeah, so the answer, he was Stevenage manager back in 2003 to 2006, then again in 2008 to 2012, then again in 2013 to 2015, then again he was at Stevenage in 2019-2020, but his time at Peterborough was 2015 to 2016. I mentioned him earlier on in the first half. It is, of course, Mr. Graham Wesley.
So Graham Wesley was your answer there. We'll try and throw in another one to see if you know anything about these two clubs. We're just going to take a quick break now, back in around about 15 minutes for the start of the second half, where it is currently Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. Join myself and Mike in around about 15 minutes' time. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the League One game between Peterborough United and Stevenage. Still 1-0 to Peterborough as the second half will be getting underway very, very shortly. In this game myself, Russ winning alongside Mike Orneman for this game, and Stevenage had plenty of chances in that first half but failed to capitalise on them and then gave away a penalty which was punished just before half time through Burrows as Peterborough lead at the break by a goal to nil. No changes at the start of the second half as the Peterborough team. The Stevenage team are getting ready to come back out onto the field. You can see Luke Wilding there back on the field. Stevenage players back out on the field a lot earlier than the Peterborough players, which means Steve Evans, Alex Revell, Paul Rayner must have done their team talk a lot quicker than Peterborough. So we see Revell and Rayner coming out of the tunnel now, and the Peterborough players are just following those. I'm just fitting in our co-commentator Mike Orneman as we get ready for the second half. And Mike, from a Stevenage standpoint at half time, what do you reckon Steve Evans, Alex Revell and Paul Rayner will have said to his team at the break as they look for a way back into this match?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, he's got to say more of the same. I think we've had a lot of chances, as you've just mentioned. And to be honest, I think regarding the attempts, it's kind of just to be a bit more clinical with those attempts in the final third, put them on target and test Jez Deer, who hasn't really had anything to do today so far. So I think that's probably the team talk, just to kind of test the Peterborough keeper, because it's been an easy evening for him so far, really, for all the chances that we've had.
Yes, and we just saw a shot there of Steve Evans talking to Peterborough's Barry Fry, and then we and he shook hands with one of the Peterborough fans sat just behind Barry Fry as we get ready for the second half. Peterborough against Stevenage, and it'll be Peterborough to get us off and underway. Looks like no changes to either side at the end of this, at the start of this second half from what was played out in the first half. We'll keep you up to date with the game involving Bournemouth and Luton in this second half as we back underway with Mason Clark on possession. Is now, I can tell you, and I know some fans, Stevenage fans, don't like Luton, Mike, so you'll be pleased to hear this scoreline. 77 minutes on the clock. It's going to be Bournemouth 3, Luton Town 3.
Wow, what a game that is. They were 3-0. They were 3-0 up as well, Luton, weren't they, in that game?
They were, yes.
Wow.
And is now 3-all. 62nd minute for Sabrini and 64 minute for Semenyo after Solanke on the 50th minute pulled one back. That was after Tai Chong, Chidozo Benny and Ross Barkley for Luton 3-0 up in that game as the ball's played forward and is cleared away and Stevenage are back on possession. We'll give you starting lineups in a game for the second half in just a moment or two as we can run you through them now as we're into the second half. As Peterborough is Steer in goal, is a back line then of Katongo, Knight, Edwards and Burrows, Kipriano and Collins, Poku, Randall and Mason Clark in midfield, and then Jones in attack. On the bench, I'll give you the benches in a second, but for Stevenage, it is Ashby Hammond in goal, Wilding, Sweeney, Van Kooten, Pierre Johnny and Buckler across the back, Freeman, Thompson, Ben Thompson that is, and Roberts in midfield with Reid and Oliver in attack. We'll give you the two benches in just a moment and a reminder of the officials as well. So we'll give you those in a second.
Talking of the officials, I've just seen a replay of that penalty when it was Jamie Reid involved and the number 5, Josh Knight, as was mentioned before. That's a obvious handball. I've just seen a still of it. I've sent you the still as well if you want to have a look at it on your phone. But for me, that's a penalty all day long. I don't know how the referees missed that.
Yes, we'll give you the officials in a moment and let you know how he's not given that penalty. I'm just looking at it here now. I'll give my thoughts on that in a moment as Stephen has just started well in this second half. Throwing to come for them down that far side to be taken by Buckler. Will look to launch it in towards the penalty area. And he does that now. A long throw in towards offside. He whips the ball back in. But then over there, Reid is there too. Fantastic save. And as I go behind for a corner, it has. And a fantastic save from Steer to keep him out. Jamie Reid out there, but that's a good ball back in from Butler and a good header from Reid there, Mike Horniman.
Yeah, good start for Stevenage again. More, carried on with how we started the first half, and Jamie Reid there, big goal. Really, you would have probably maybe put a little bit of money on him to score that potentially, but yeah, good save from the Peterborough keeper nonetheless.
Yes, corner kick to be taken. Then Buckler sending over this, and Mike, with Freeman standing so close from there, what doesn't want to happen is for him to play it to Freeman and to go out for a throwing like Swansea did against Bristol City. So he's going into the mixing instead, which is a better way to do it than what Swansea did against Bristol City on the weekend. If you've not seen that, Mike, I'll send you that video across to look at later.
I don't know if I have actually, to be honest. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Swansea took a corner against Bristol City. I'll break off and with Robertson's position on the far side, and he tries to get the ball forward for Stevenage, and the Thompson's in there. And Sweeney has gone down, following a challenge here. But I think it's Cipriano, who's already on a yellow card here, Mike. And just watch this again. This from Mason Clark.
Yeah, it is a foul. I don't think it's a yellow card. I think a foul is a good decision. And I was just looking here as well. That people, Stevenage fans, are saying, I think you alluded to it in the first half. Carl Piergiani went up with an arm, and Stevenage fans are saying that he was lucky to potentially not see red for that. Don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I'm not sure because he doesn't actually swing an elbow. I would say, Mike, if he swung his elbow towards the player, I'd say yes, he was lucky to still be on the pitch. But for me, he doesn't swing his arm and just tries holding him off. And just it's one of those ones where they're trying to hold him off, and the player is a bit bigger than what Piergiani thought he was, and just catch him in the face rather. Otherwise, would have probably caught him in the chest and missed small, should I say? So free kicks going by Buckler. Roberts is there on the edge of the box, brings it down well, edge of the penalty area. Still going Roberts. Piece of appeal for handball, and he's being given their handball against Thompson by Jordan Roberts, should I say? Not Thompson. Thompson was in and around there as well with Roberts. So the benches then is Belakabik, the goalkeeper for Peterborough, Critchlow, Devand, Clark Harris, Ogilvie, Ajiboy, and Mother Sill. As for Stevenage, it's McGovern, McDonald, Foster-Catsky, List, Guinness Walker, Lewis Thompson, and Emmings on the bench
Thompson.
now.
Yeah, Louis, not Lewis.
Louis Thompson, yes. So as we on regard to that penalty, Michael, you still you send me. That is a stonewall penalty. VAR. If we had VAR here tonight, that would have been given as a penalty, and that was before Peterborough got.
Yeah, it was while it was 0-0. I don't know what minute it was in. It was 30-something minutes, or maybe a bit before that. But yeah, for me, I don't know how the referees missed that one, and
neither do I. And I would say if that was in the Premier League, you would have got even that. And that would have the penalty for Peterborough. As I was saying, the penalty for Peterborough, they never even come around. Stevenage may have scored that penalty. The penalty that they would have got of their own. We don't know. So we're not going to speculate. That's why I said may have scored that penalty. I'm not saying for definitely whether they would or not. And that could have changed the complexion of the game, whereas Peterborough go on, and that's changed the complexion of the game with Peterborough now able to sit on this lead, which could be a dangerous thing to happen, especially when it's only been 1-0.
Yeah, for sure. And, Peterborough didn't really test Hey Ashby Hammond either. Stevenage were having the shots on goal, but obviously not on target. We've had the one on target now in the start of the second half through Jamie Reid. But Stevenage were really in the ascendancy, to be honest, with the chances being created. And Peterborough, yes, as I say, weren't really causing any problems to the Stevenage backline at all.
Yes, and what a comeback it has been at the Vitality Stadium in the Premier League. I'm hearing that it is 4-3 to Bournemouth against Luton Town. I will confirm that for you in just a moment, but I am hearing that it's Bournemouth 3, Luton Town, Bournemouth 4, Luton Town 3 in the Premier League. And what a comeback that would be. And yet, it is 4-3. And it's Semenyo with his second of the game in the 84th minute. What a game it has been Bournemouth 4, Luton 3 there now. What a game, Mike.
Wow,
Now, Mike, if we both could have got visual footage of that one, we should have done that one instead.
No, I'm enjoying this game. It's been a sort of a joy to bring League One football to the commentary hub and put on the channel for something a little bit different. We do a lot of Premier League games anyway and things like that. So
No, I mean, with the terms of the goals and Bournemouth being 3-0 down and then now 4-3 up as Peterborough win themselves. A corners to Ashby Hammond takes that, couldn't keep the ball in as he took a deflection, and it was Ali one of the
goalkeeping coach and goalkeeping coach that Stevenage fans are very familiar with. He's ex-Stevenage as well. Is Ali? In fact, I think I might even have Ali on Facebook, to be fair. Ali, the former Stevenage goalkeeping coach, now goalkeeping coach at Peterborough, is in the book there. And actually, I've seen Lewis Keeble as well, who's on the coaching staff at Peterborough, who was at Stevenage a couple of years back himself.
Yes, is this going to be a corner then for Peterborough? Can they double their leader? The corner comes in, and Ashby Hammond comes and claims over Verdane Oliver to make sure he was very protected there with another Stevenage man just behind him in Pierre Jarney, who then just moved out of the way as Ashby Hammond collected the ball. It remains Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. If you're just joining us here on the commentary, we also have on commentary up to JB Sports, also Focus on Football. We also live on my very own Twitch channel tonight, which is @RustPVernon_92. And for the first time ever, welcome to one of the channels who will bring you this game, as well as my very own personal YouTube channel, which is known as Rust Vernon Life as a Journalist. We bring you this EFL game over there this evening. Big thanks to anyone over there listening to this one this evening. Don't normally go over there tonight, but this one, I thought I'd just try it out, see how many reviews we get, and we may start going over there as well for the time being until one of our other partner stations, Storm FM, gets back up and running with us, being on the partner channel in time public for the Euros or maybe even the start of next season. It remains Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. Russ Vernon alongside Mike Ornament, your commentary team for this game. And Mike will have the very honour of picking a player of the match later as Jamie Reid in towards the penalty area. So we're going Jamie Reid in a clearance from Katongo, bounced off Jamie Reid and behind for a goal kick. And Mike, with the player of the match, sometimes we like to give it to the player from the winning side. But so far, Mike, I know Peterborough are winning 1-0. But I'm not sure about you, but I don't think any of these players are really standing out for me in the blue of Peterborough today.
Yeah, there's a few that are doing all right. I think Ronnie Edwards at the back has done well. I think alongside Josh Knight as well. In midfield, they've had a couple of players there who have looked quite bright as well. I think Peterborough getting a couple of subs ready down below us as well, so they're going to be making, I think, a double change shortly. But yeah, to be honest, I might have to do 2 man of the matches or player of the matches anyway. I might have to give a Stevenage one and then give one for Peterborough if the score stays the same potentially, because people know me as a Stevenage fan anyway, so I kind of want to at least give a few Stevenage players that I thought have had good games to mention nonetheless anyway.
Yeah, right, what I'll say, Mike, is pick one overall and it can be from either side, and then give honourable mentions to the players from the opposite teams, as we see the double change now for Peterborough, which sees Randall and Jones go off for Ajiboy and Mother still on in their places. But Mike, as we were saying, when you do your player of the match, give honourable mentions to the other team's players. We'll just pick one player as man of the match overall, and honourable mentions to the rest. But
yeah, we've still got plenty of game time before that anyway, and obviously there's players on the bench that will come on, and even these guys that come on for Peterborough now could potentially have an impact on the game. Yeah.
Yes, and we'll have to wait to see who does get that. Into the 57th minute mark, we'll ask Mike for his player of the match, just as we get into stoppage time at the end of the second half, as we get ready for this game. Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0 is a scoreline, and Stevenage on the charge coming forward. If they can break it forward, and the card is out for a throw, and it's Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. Russ Vernon and Mike Ornament here for the commentary up to JB Sports, Focus on Football. Russ P. Vernon _92 on Twitch, and Russ Vernon Life of a Journalist on YouTube as well, where we are tonight.
Just looking at obviously some of the players that are on the bench for Stevenage as well. If they don't end up, if Stevenage don't end up getting an equaliser, Forster-Caskey is an option. Elliot Liss is an option up top. Kane Hemmings as well. There's options on there for Stevenage if they need to make any alterations and players that can have a difference in this game. Yeah.
Yes, as we see Peterborough concede a free kick there, foul by Mason Clark on Freeman, and Butler's got on this near side to take this free kick. Freeman goes across as well as if he's going to take it himself. Will he run over the ball there, Freeman, or will Thompson, or will Butler run over the ball? Butler runs over the ball. Freeman takes it, whips in towards the penalty area. Bit different this time from Stevenage. And just go up and act clear this time only. As far as Buckler over on that left hand side. Gets it for Thompson, back to Buckler, and then all the way back to Ashby Hammond in goal. And Ashby Hammond clears the ball forward, formerly of Fulham, as man mentioned earlier on in this game. As the ball played through looking for the run of Jamie Reid, and big goal Reedy on target tonight for Stevenage so far.
He's got a decent record against Peterborough. I mean, he scored against Peterborough last season. I think it was last season, I believe, in the Carabao Cup when I think he was going to penalties and Jamie Reid popped up with, what was a massive goal, to be honest, to send Stevenage through. I think it was in extra time. Might have been last minute or so of extra time. Yeah.
Yes, and Burrows with that goal scored his 6th of the season for Peterborough across all competitions, and Stevenage win themselves a throw-in. And Paul Rainer there went to give the ball to the Peterborough man, but then realised it was a Stevenage throw-in, so just tricked him, and they both had a laugh with each other, which is good to see. No one having a fallout there as Stevenage have the ball out wide as a ball, but you're looking for Reid again, but too near steer, and so he can bottle the ball out and come and try to get Peterborough on the charge moving forward. It remains Peterborough, Stevenage 0. Russ Finnan alongside Mike Orneman for you this afternoon, this morning, this evening, depending where you are in the world, as Thompson picks up possession. Ball sits in the field for Freeman. And then Reid is there, but loses out. Does Reid against Kipriano?
I need to correct myself on Jamie Reid as well. That was a 93rd minute winner that he scored against Peterborough. It was actually in normal time. It was in injury time of normal time rather than extra time back in August of 2022 in the EFL Cup.
Thank you, Mike, for that correction there. And I was going to credit you myself if you didn't credit yourself, but you have done yourself as is. Reid, Mason Clark, so good. And then wonderful challenge of the last stitch. Second there is Peterborough looked to get in. And he was through Perku, the right winger there. Looked like Mason Clark was in near him there too. But he's now with Mason Clark. Takes away from Luke Wilden. Luke Wilden's going to be careful here as he pulls the ball back. Mason Clark is back to his feet now. Mason Clark still going. Nudged off, the man with an offside flag against Mason Clark there. And he kicks the ball behind and away from Ashby Hammond, but he's out with an offside flag up there against Mason Clark after the ball brought back to him. After initially ball being cut out, and he was just offside as the ball got played back to him.
Yeah, good defending from Luther Wilden on that occasion. I think he's learned from that one in the first half where obviously he lunged in and gave away the penalty, but was better on that occasion.
Yes, he remains Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0, and he's played forward there by Edwards, and it's offside though for Stevenage. This time around as Alex Ravel moves up towards Steve Evans to just get a bit of notes here from the big man.
Yeah, they're having a conversation there. You see Mike Pink, the CEO, next to Steve Evans as well, and James Cameron just behind, who's also another board member, at Stevenage. So Steve Evans is, really in the mix, in amongst everybody, really there. Board members and stuff. Yeah.
As here comes Peterborough again, as they can try and come forward. Motherstill down that far side as he tries to get the ball forward, and but Peterborough lose out and Stevenage can break, and this is good bit of play from Stevenage as Thompson races over halfway. Good ball through for Reid. Reid turns well, but couldn't take the shot, and he's given offside again there. And I'm not sure whether Jamie Reid was in an offside position there, that ball got played through to him. I want to see this one again.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on first viewing either, yeah.
And I think he's just done that fraction early, Mike. If he just held his run just a fraction, and timed it been more better, that would have been all sad as we have got. Still, Peterborough leading by that goal. So thanks to Burroughs' penalty in the first half. It remains Peterborough 1, Stevenage 0. Russ Vernon and Mike Orneman bringing you this game this evening. We're live across the country to JB Sports. We're also live on Focus on Football. Russ Vernon, live of a journalist on YouTube as well as Peterborough. A minute 2-0. And it's the right back, Katongo, who has scored.
The man that you mentioned earlier, who obviously had a link with Rotherham, and it's too easy from Peterborough. It was Katongo. He's just running forward. No Stevenage player closing him down at all. And then he's in acres of space, to be honest. It's very, very poor on Stevenage's point of view there. And, he's just run through the whole of midfield. That was, not great from Stevenage's standpoint at all. Mothersill, set him up.
Yes, brilliant bit of play down the right-hand side from Peterborough. A good cutback from Mothersill, the substitute. And Katongo doubles the lead for Peterborough. And they're now 2-0 up. And he's in the side because Peter Kioso was from Rotherham United, was recalled to Rotherham United. Katongo's coming to the side and made his own right back now. And he's just shown there, Mike, why he's the right back at Peterborough at the moment. With his first league goal of the season, but with that forward run, getting into the box and getting into positions to actually score from.
Yeah, I'd like to know who was supposed to be tracking him on a Stevenage point of view there. Whether it was, I'm not too sure, whether it was Roberts or Freeman or I don't know, I'm speculating to be honest. But, that's very, very poor goal to concede. But Peterborough done what they had to do and capitalise. But, yeah, Steve Evans would not be happy with that at all.
No, and I don't think, Mike, even Ravel or Rain would be happy with that even. I reckon Stevenage will be having a spoken to at full time by Steve Evans, but beginning the air dry treatment, to mention Sir Alex Ferguson, with his son Darren in charge of Peterborough, like he used to do like Sir Alex did with David Beckham and co back in the 90s when the things didn't go right for Manchester United. Stevenage give away a cheap throwing deep inside.
Yeah, Dan Butler there. Stevenage weren't making those kind of errors in the first half, and now with a score 2-0 to Peterborough and the game seemingly getting away from Stevenage at this moment in time, those errors are creeping in.
This is no good to see, Michael. The errors creeping in, especially when we said wanting to try and get in the playoffs and chase promotion especially at this point of the season, as Peterborough just winning the ball back with Mothersill, and they keep all the possession well as Peterborough will try and come forward here, but it's out for a throw to Stevenage, run well by Thompson there as it remains Peterborough 2, Stevenage 0. Wilding to take Luther James Wilding to take this throw in.
Just a stat as well, a comment I want to make regarding this. Can it happen again? Can it be where the home side were 2-0 up in the fixture, but only managed to come away with a point? Because obviously, that's what happened in the previous fixture between the two sides. Stevenage were 2-0 up through those Luther Wilding and Ben Thompson goals, and Peterborough were able to get it back to 2-2 and got themselves a point at the Lamek Stadium, I should say, back in the previous meeting between the two sides. So, could it potentially be roles reversed this time around?
It could be, mate, but Stevenage, if they are to do that, need to get one very quickly. And Peterborough defending for their lives at the moment, resolutely as well at the back, stopping any balls into the box from Stevenage. Wilding gets the ball forward, James Wilding gets the ball forward, played it down the line, looking for the run of Thompson, who almost couldn't go on end of that. Neither could the number 19 there as well, Jamie Reid. Most goals in all competitions. Peterborough have now scored 101 goals. Now, Mike, they're just 7 goals behind Manchester City on 108. Leading the way, Mike, who do you reckon it is?
Oh, that's an interesting question. What, in all divisions?
Yes, all divisions, including Arsenal there, who scored 90 goals so far in all competitions.
Arsenal have scored a lot in recent weeks, but I think... you say Manchester City were second or third, did you say, in that list?
Man City is second, Peterborough currently third, Man City have got 108 goals in all competitions. Peterborough have got 101. So there's somebody who's top on 111 goals scored so far in all competitions.
I haven't got a clue. I'm just going to take a random punt in the dark at Liverpool, but I could potentially be miles wrong.
Mike, 10 points to you, sir. It is Liverpool.
Well, obviously I know they're doing well in the Premier League, so it's worth a go. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well done there, Mike. You didn't expect Liverpool. You didn't expect it to be Liverpool, but it is.
I couldn't think who else it would be from the Championship or from like League Two. I'm not too sure about who's scoring a lot of goals in League Two and stuff like that at the moment. But yeah, Liverpool was my guess, and it was a guess as well, but it paid off.
Yeah. Good. Guess we're there, Mike. Mike, what you have to do, you have to put that question out on social media. I'll have to put it in the group chat later that we've got for the channel and see if any of those people know who it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we've got about 20 minutes. So I'm going to give you another question as well, another trivia question, and it's regarding the game that took place. You mentioned it earlier, and it was Peterborough 1, Stevenage 2 in the EFL Trophy last season. Stevenage are getting a couple of subs. I think Elliot List is one of them below as well. I think Guinness Walker was there too. But who else scored on that occasion? And you can give me both the Peterborough and the Stevenage goal scorers, apart from Carl Piergiani, obviously, who was mentioned before in the first half.
Yes, Mike will give you the answers to that later. Mike, I looked earlier and I know the answer, so I'm not going to give the answer away, but I won't, even when I come to you to give the answer out, I'll let you give the answer out. I won't say anything, but I'll let you give that answer out, Mike.
Yeah, this was being played at this exact stadium as well, wasn't it? At the is it Western Community Stadium? At
Western Homes Stadium.
Western Homes, and Stevenage are getting three, or was it 3 or 4 subs ready? They're getting a lot of subs ready here anyway.
Yes, and List is one of them, Mike. I can see Elliot List there. I can see Guinness Walker there too.
Kane Hemmings is amongst the subs as well.
Louis Thompson as well, Mike.
So it is 4 subs coming on then. Yeah, wow.
So four of the 5 subs about to come on for Stevenage, which shows, Mike, that Steve Evans wants to get back in this game. But can Stevenage hold off till those subs are made? As Mason Cloud goes down, looking for a penalty there, but nothing being given. So it looks as though the subs that are coming on for Stevenage is going to be Elliot List, Nestor Guinness Walker, Louis Thompson, and Kane Hemmings. So there, the 4 were coming on here, and it's 24.
Ben Thompson
is being replaced by Louis Thompson.
Dan Butler, I think the left back, is making way as well. That's 2 of the ex-Peterborough players coming off there.
Yeah. Guinness Walker.
Yeah.
He's the second of the 4 substitutes.
On loan from Reading, of course.
Yes. Butler coming off, and his Butler's done well today, in my opinion.
Big goal, Reedy. Jamie Reid is coming off. I think Verdane Oliver will probably be coming off, I guess, as well.
You'll have a look here. So number 19, as Mike mentioned, Jamie Reid coming off for Elliot List.
It is Verdane Oliver, the other one as well. Yeah.
Verdane Oliver coming off as well, and he is being replaced by number 29, Kane Hemmings. And so there's the 4 substitutions then. So Butler, Reid off for Guinness Walker and List are the first 2, and then the other 2 are Verdane Oliver and Ben Thompson to be replaced by Louis Thompson and Kane Hemmings are your substitutes.
It looks like Stevenage. Elliot List has gone up top. Kane Hemmings is up top as well. Jordan Roberts looks like he's in the 10. And then obviously, who else came on? Louis Thompson looks like he's playing central mid. So I think they're all pretty, and Guinness Walker. I think they're all straight swaps as far as I'm aware.
Yes, and just to let you know, Mike, as well, and the Stevenage fans listening to this, full-time whistle has gone now. Bournemouth 4, Luton 3. What a game that was.
Wow. Luton fans are going to be sick to their stomachs after that.
Yes, and Luton would be good. That result would be welcomed down at the bottom end of the table, because with Luton winning 3-0, it meant Nottingham Forest would have been in the Premier League relegation zone, but now Nottingham Forest are outside of the relegation zone, still with Luton remaining inside there. Bournemouth are up to 13th after that victory tonight as well, so good result for Bournemouth there in their quest for Premier League survival. As Peterborough win themselves a throw in here, which the goal scorer.
What I will say as well is this doesn't look. This game doesn't look done yet. I think there might be another goal or two in this game. If Stevenage get the next goal, then it's anyone's game. But Peterborough, have got to be careful here. 2-0 is a dodgy scoreline at times, and as I said before, it was 2-0 to Stevenage back in the reverse, and it was only ended up being 2-2. So especially with these subs as well, momentum might end up being back with Stevenage, but Peterborough just got to try and see it out. But and anything's possible still in this game. 2-0 is one of those score lines. Everyone would say 1-0 was a score line which was a little bit dodgy or a little bit kind of a sticky score line. Well, 2-0 is just as dodgy at times.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. It'd be interesting to see that one if that is to be the case. And Darren Ferguson would be spitting feathers at the end of the game rather than Steve Evans if that was the case.
Yeah.
Like in the other game, it was Steve Evans who was spitting feathers, and Ferguson not so much in the reverse fixture, which is not always good to see. That, to be fair, as Pierre Johnny takes a quick throw-in back to Ashby Hammond. Outside the penalty area now, Ashby Hammond sends the ball long downfield, looking for the flick on there, which is found Elliot List well there by Kane Hemmings, and List can get the ball in towards the penalty, and he's looked up towards the back post, and Hemmings is there and can't keep the ball in play, and List couldn't keep the ball in play as his cross goes behind the goal kick. 15 minutes left to play then, and like you said, the next goal could be crucial in this game. The substitutions that Stevenage have made, touching on List, Hemmings, Thompson, and Guinness Walker.
Yeah.
Do you see those potentially helping Stevenage get that firepower that they need to get back in this game?
Potentially. I think Kane Hemmings and Elliot List, particularly with a change up front, could have an impact. But it's a shame. Obviously, Jamie Reid going off top goal scorer for the club, and I think he's, as we said before, I think it was before the game, before we did the commentary as well, that I think he's second in the league. So a big threat that's come off the pitch too. So just have to wait and see what happens now with this. With those subs, sorry.
Yes, there's a shot from Roberts is blocked after a long play to the penalty area. Louis Thompson trying to win the ball back here, and now Peterborough have got the ball with Collins, and this is good play from Peterborough, just keeping the ball away from Stevenage and away from their goals. Collins can come up towards halfway, but he's being forced backwards. Good pressure led by Louis Thompson on for Ben Thompson.
Yeah, good play from Louis there. He done well to pressurise his man,
and he did well to and almost force a mistake out of them as people go along this time looking for the run of the striker there, Jay Jones. But now
I think he's not really been involved in too much for Peterborough, but I think he has led the line very well as Jay Jones.
Yes, he is. Ricky J. Jones there leading the line well in the close of Mike Ornament for Peterborough as Mason Clark cuts in field, trying to get the ball through to the aforementioned Jones. Then we've still got it, ball in towards the penalty, and Perko makes it 3.
Yeah, and I think that's game as well.
Game, set, and match there. Peterborough 3-0 up now, and there's no way back for Stevenage. As Kwame Perko makes it 3-0 after 77 minutes.
Yeah, it's good play there. On the second occasion from Jay Jones, Cole Pigiani a little bit lazy with the attempted clearance from the Stevenage captain, and then just rifled into the back of the net past Ashby Hammond for 3-0. But yeah, maybe Cole Pigiani there could have done better on the goal, and Dan Sweeney there as well. Potentially could have done a little bit to close his man down. But yeah, that's probably game. And just as Stevenage have made those subs as well. As you see Peterborough's rabbit running along there with some sort of inflatable carrot, which is quite a sight which you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah, I just thought, Mike, I couldn't help myself but start laughing when I saw that.
That is quite funny, that, to be honest. Even though
Yes,
we're
that
losing,
is absolutely,
even if your team's losing 3-0, that is quite funny, to be
and
honest.
that
To
is
see
a
that.
funny moment to see, especially in
Yeah,
the game
yeah.
like this. But Perku has pulled out this game to bend now, and Mike, I reckon probably Perku's, I think, second half. I know we're saying so second half. None of the big players have been
He's
really
done well,
impressive.
yeah.
But he's done
Poku's
well in
done
the
very
second
well.
half,
He has
and
done
he's
well.
done well in the. He did well in the first half as well to a certain extent, but the second half has come on some bounds, and he just took his goal well there. No picked him
Yeah,
either.
he's taken his goal well, and Mothersill as well has come on and had an impact for Peterborough. He's got 2 assists there now as the substitute, so he's getting himself into my thoughts for this player of the match too.
Yes, and with 12 minutes to go, still Peterborough 3, Stevenage 0, and Mike, and we did mention it earlier on, is Nicholas Jones's fault, who said in the first episode, so a fraction of this game a short while ago, Stevenage seemed to be really holding their own really, and then just as he said that, Peterborough got the penalty when 1-0 up, and then
Yeah,
since Nicholas said that, Mike, Peterborough have gone on and scored more. Stevenage have had chances but not been able to take them.
yeah, and we haven't had many on target. Obviously, we had the one at the start of the second half through Jamie Reid, but the second half performance hasn't been great at all from Stevenage. And I think the goal just before half time has, given Peterborough that ascendancy as well with the penalty from Burrows. And they're obviously in control now, yeah.
Yes, so Peterborough lead by 3 goals against Stevenage in this EFL League One clash. Peterborough 3, Stevenage 0, and Mike, could we see something similar in the game that people at the game between Bournemouth and Luton saw, with Luton being 3-0 up and Bournemouth coming back to win 4-3? Could we see something similar? Able to break off from that pressure?
It would take a lot considering it would take a lot considering it was very different, wasn't it? I think it was 3-0 at half time, and then Bournemouth won the game 4-3. Not when there's 10 minutes left of the game plus any sort of injury time. It would take a lot. It'd take a real mammoth task now for Stevenage to get anything from this game. So I think it's probably, even in the players' minds, they might have lost this game now, or probably have lost this game now, and then got to get themselves ready for Leyton Orient at home on Saturday.
Yes, which should be a good game and on Saturday, especially if Stevenage play like they have done for large parts of this game. And what we'll say is Luther Wilding, who gave away that penalty, will probably be having nightmares about Mason Clark, who we gave that penalty, we failed to give that Peterborough the penalty, which set them on their way for this, was looking like to be a 3-0 victory, maybe more, depending if they've got want to get more goals in the game, as Stevenage with Louis Thompson gets the ball out wide. Wonderful bit of play on that far side of the left. Frost comes in and it's deflected behind for a corner, and it's going to be taken here now by Nick Freeman, who won the corner himself as well. And
yeah, he did, and that was good play from Nick Freeman too. Peterborough getting themselves a sub ready, and I think Stevenage getting Alex McDonald ready as well there. So there's going to be a sub on off of both benches. But what was I going to say there? Yeah, regarding this performance from Stevenage, I thought played quite well in large portions, especially up until the 43rd, 44th minute of the half, and then obviously the penalty was given, and rightly given in my opinion too, and put away by the left back, and give TSB Hammond no chance. So I think so far, I can't really have any complaints regarding this, apart from the obvious one, which is that Stevenage should have had a penalty themselves in the first half.
Yes, and Ryan Yaverland, the sub, is the man coming on for Peterborough, replacing Kwame Perku, the scorer of that third goal. And coming off now, Mike, for Stevenage is TVC, or Terence Van Kooten.
Yeah.
And on his place, as you mentioned, is Alex McDonald. And Mike, are you surprised with TVC going off there today?
Not really. I think McDonald can play midfield, or he's played defence on occasion, so maybe an extra body in midfield. But yeah, Stevenage is just trying to see what they can do here, and if they can cause Peterborough any problems at all. And if Stevenage can get the next goal and make it 3-1, then it might be a little bit nervy for Peterborough with 7 minutes or so left of the game. But as I said before, I think it's probably done and dusted. I think Peterborough 3 points are probably wrapped up now.
Yes, and McDonald to that corner, and old McDonald couldn't make anything happen as he's gone behind for a goal kick to Peterborough there.
Yeah, Alex McDonald. I thought the delivery wasn't great there, but just got to get it into the area, I suppose, and try and get people up from the back, Piergiani and Sweeney, etc., and see if you can get ahead on it. Yeah.
Yes, and Peterborough just knocking the ball around well, and Liss is closing down the goalkeeper. And we saw in the game between Arsenal and Brentford, where Brentford the goal against Arsenal came from a closing down of the goalkeeper, and it almost happened there again. Well, this time for Stevenage, with Liss closing down Steer, who was forced steering to a throw, which will be taken here now by Nesta Guinness Walker, who's just come on as a substitute not so long ago. Will the throwing can't be taken at the moment as Steer is down on his haunches. Now gets back to his feet.
I think Piergiani kind of helps it. Piergiani helps him out a little bit there to get him back to his feet. Yeah.
And wait a bit, there was time wasting as Guinness Walker will take this throw in. He's going to go along here in towards the mixer, and he goes long this time. Flicked on towards Piergiani and he's cleared away. Comes out to the shot, is in. Stevenage have got one back.
Yeah, Nick Freeman as well. Good finish from the Stevenage man. And it's a bit poor defensive play from Peterborough there, but Nick Freeman didn't even celebrate that, to be honest, at all, did he? I think he knows that that's probably going to be a consolation, but good finish nonetheless from Freeman.
Yes, and he just stuck out to Bill Matchman, swiped it home, and the man and Gordon Roberts, along with Elliot List, ran running towards the penalty area, to get the ball and put it in the back of the net. And back on the spot to try and get this game back underway, to try and see if Stevenage can do something and get back into this game and get a draw out of this one, which is very hard to see happening right now as Stevenage trail by 3-1. And they're coming forward again, though, Stevenage. McDonald, the substitute, is fouled, is he? Nobody breaks.
I don't think he was there.
How wide it goes well. Guinness Walker. Yeah. Ball in, cleared away, and Peterborough just hammer this ball up towards halfway, and with his skill, just keeping all the possession. And Willie Thompson wins the ball back, and he breaks in now for Nesta Guinness Walker, who's got back to win the ball back. Good work there from Guinness Walker to keep the ball for Stevenage, and he loses out though this time.
The beating of his man as well, yeah.
And now Peterborough looking to get the ball forward, carrying off the Stevenage man, and out for a throw. But this is a brilliant bit of run again from Guinness Walker, low ball into the chest.
Good defending from Josh Knight there, actually, the Peterborough defender too.
Yes, and some of the Stevenage players at the back post who were behind the Peterborough man looked as though they appealed for handball. And
it was quite clearly off his chest,
there,
I think.
We can quite clearly see he strikes his chest. It's Stevenage coming forward here now. It's McDonald. He's got to get well outside of him, but McDonald goes back. Tees up for Freeman, who had just scored a few moments ago. How wide it goes now. Wilding. Back he goes to Freeman. Down the line. Good pressure from Stevenage, but he loses out there, does Hemmings. Freeman's there to pick up the pieces. To Thompson. This is good play from Stevenage. Piergiani out wide. To Guinness Walker down the line. Roberts comes short to get the ball here. This is good play from Stevenage as they long to get the ball in. It's penalty area. But he goes all the way through and behind for a goal kick. That's a poor cross in the end. And Mikey, if you want to, and in a moment, man, while these substitutions are being made, if you've got your play match in mind, we'll post in the private channel, we'll get it up, and we'll announce it shortly, mate. If you ready,
I think I have, to be honest. I think it's
as Mason Clark is coming off here to be replaced by Johnson Clark Harris. And the other one is the goal scorer of the third, Katongo.
He's had a good game, Katongo. I'm not going to give him player of the match, but he's done well.
Ramoni Critchlow, who's coming on here now.
And what I will do as well now is, obviously, I mentioned before about this trivia question regarding the EFL game last season, and I can run you through who scored for Peterborough and for Stevenage whenever you want me to. obviously we mentioned Piergiani in the first half, but the other two I can mention whenever really. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get those in a moment then, Mike. We get ready to see as we get ready for this scorekeeper for Peterborough. We'll be taking our time now to try and get something from this game. As it looks like they've got their 3 points sewn up here, just taking a bit of time. And in the next stoppage you play, Mike, we'll get your thoughts. We'll get you the answer, should I say, as we ball breaks forward for Stevenage. And Elliot Liss is in behind List. Can he give the ball and he can't? And he's overcooked it. And he goes behind for a goal kick to Stevenage. So right now, Mike, Piergiani was one of the goal scorers for Stevenage that day. Who else scored for Stevenage, Mike, first of all?
Yeah, so the other Stevenage goal that day was Jake Taylor, who is no longer at the club. So Jake Taylor was the other Stevenage goal scorer.
And Mike, who scored the goals or the goal for Peterborough on that occasion?
The man that's led the line today is Ricky J. Jones, who gave Peterborough the lead on that occasion. And Stevenage, through Jake Taylor and Piergiani, turned it around to win 2-1 from 1-0 down after about 9 minutes, I think it was. And Stevenage goals were 18 and I think 84, 85, there or thereabouts.
Yes, and we'll give you our player of the match shortly, Mike, as we see Peterborough trying to come forward on that far side, and Dennis Walker sends it down the line, and here's Roberts, does well here, Roberts, and he does well into Dennis Walker, back into Roberts again, and those two trying to combine well down that flank, but he's put too much on there this time, as Dennis Walker, as Emmons closes down right, and he's out for throwing to Stevenage, off of right in the end. We'll watch this throwing, Mike, and then as soon as we hit 90 minutes, we'll get your player of the match. Stevenage will look to get a long throw into the penalty area. Here we will.
We can get a goal here. It might be a little bit nervy for Peterborough, potentially.
And very interesting as well, if that's the case. As a long throw's worked into the penalty, looking for Piergiani, who was in there. Comes out to the edge of the box, and a shot just away from Thompson.
Yeah, Louis Thompson there.
Just going close.
Quite unlucky. Yeah, it was quite unlucky with that. They've got, I think it's 7 minutes of additional time coming up. So we'll have to see, what Stevenage can do here, if they can claw the next goal back and see if we can put a little bit of pressure on Peterborough from that. But, I mentioned earlier that Stevenage's next game is Leyton Orient. It's the league leaders for Peterborough. They are playing
Portsmouth at home. So another home game for Peterborough next up on the 16th of March, which is this Saturday, followed by Cheltenham away for the Posh.
John Massinho's Portsmouth as well, ex-Stevenage man, the man who sent Stevenage up into League Two, John Massinho.
Yes, and we into those 7 minutes of stoppage time, and Wildred Steer has got the ball, Mike Connerman. I'm going to ask you that question.
Sorry, I should say League One, in the League Two playoffs that John Massinho scored against Torquay, I think it was, rather than because Stevenage won the conference. Yeah.
Yes, and Mike, I'll ask you a question in just a moment. As Stevenage are battling away, as Emmons is coming away with possession, and Emmons is fouled and is one aside a free kick. And before this free kick is taken, Mike Connerman, let's get your player of the match and the reason behind it.
Yeah, I've gone Malik Mothersill. I thought he's been excellent since he came off the bench. And he's got himself involved. He's got 2 assists as well. And yeah, I think he's caused a lot of problems to the Stevenage back line. So yeah, I've given it to Malik Mothersill, the Peterborough substitute for player of the match.
Thank you very much, Mike. As Piergiani heads it down. And then just tipped over the ball by Steer from Emmons. And just as we finish with that and come back with the free kick, Kane Emmons almost makes it 3-2 in an interesting end to this game after Piergiani heads it down, and Emmons, she's there, tipped over the ball there by Steer. We'll get your thoughts on that one, Mike, in a minute. We'll get your thoughts on that in a minute, Mike, as Stevenage have a corner. They've got a chance here to make it 3-2 and just an end. Ball heads back across to the corner taker. Freeman gets the ball back in, and this time Steer claims it well and falls to the ground. But Mike, brilliant tip over from Steer first, then a good comfortable catch in the end there, Mike.
Yeah, the first time around I thought it was a good bit of play from Stevenage, and then a good save from Steer, and then the second one it's just quite sloppy really. It's a poor cross into the gloves of the goalkeeper, but it's putting a little bit of pressure on here and trying to see if we can get get another late goal, and obviously if we are able to, we still have about 4 minutes to try and snatch an equaliser. But probably, as I said before, game, set and match was at 3-0.
Yes, and I was thinking exactly the same, Mike. Game, set and match. When he went 3-0, I couldn't see him coming back from that one. And I really, to be honest, Mike, I definitely can't see him coming back from that one in the end myself either. But you never know, stranger things have happened.
I want to say actually regarding Elliot List, he's come off the bench today. He's looked quite pacey, and he's causing these Peterborough defenders something a little bit different to what Reed and Oliver were. And it's good to see Elliot List back. Obviously, he missed most of last season. He missed a lot of this season through injury as well. And it's good to have Elliot List back and to see him, getting himself involved, and hopefully he can have a big part to play in the remaining 9 games. 9 games it will be after this one.
Yes, Freeman across against Walker, and Walker can come forward. He goes out wide here now, and he gets it back. Wonderful ball back towards him, but he slips at the vital moment, just where he didn't want him to slip. After playing in Alex McDonald, no try to play back to him, and he slips in the vital moment, and that's not what Stevenage would have wanted with 3 minutes to go.
No, it isn't. But again, Stevenage trying to make something happen. So I think Steve Evans will be pretty happy with that, really. Obviously, he's not going to be happy with the scoreline. But regarding the performance, I think, for the first half performance, he'd be happy with that. And then the second half, we tried. We kind of huffed and puffed. We had a chance through Reed at the start of the second half. And we've had moments in the game. But, yeah, I think this is the difference between a side that's sitting where we are on the table and a side in Peterborough who are potentially aiming for a little bit higher in automatics rather than just getting into the playoffs like we are.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a goal kick, a free kick here to Stevenage. And Stevenage have everybody forward here now, including Pierre Johnny and Sweeney. They look like they're playing more strikers now, those two. Instead of centre back, the ball's in towards Sweeney then.
You might as well, to be honest. You've got nothing to lose. There's only a couple of minutes left of the game. If you lose 3-1 or 4-1, it's not going to make any difference, really, to be fair. So you might as well just put everyone forward and, they are doing
best, really.
Yeah, exactly, kind of, yeah.
As we see Stevenage, who still trail by 3-1 here. And there'll be a winning header there from Wilding. Thompson there to fling the ball on the 2 towards Roberts. And Emmons flicks it out wide to this left-hand side for McDonald. Gets away from his man McDonald. And he's still going McDonald. Oh, McDonald, can he get the ball in? Pulls the ball back. He goes downside the penalty. Stevenage wanted a penalty. Nothing to that, in my opinion. Comes out to Thompson, who strikes. And well over the bar in the end.
Wayward's effort from Louis Thompson there, yeah. And I think that's
tiredness creeping in there, Mike, I think.
I don't know if it's tiredness. I think it's just a sign of he just wants to have a shot and kind of see what happens, because obviously, the game's almost done anyway.
It could be a sign of motivation that he's not made an impact in this game to help Stevenage get back into the game potentially.
Yeah, true as well. But he is more defensive minded than Ben Thompson as well. But I'll give him that.
Yes, as Steer will clear this ball long as we in towards the final few seconds. I did say seconds there over the minutes of the 7 added on as we played 96 and 26 seconds. Launched long into the final 30 seconds now as we bring this game to you between Peterborough and Stevenage. Peterborough lead by 3-1. Myself, Russ Fenton and Mike Orneman has been the team they've been listening to all evening for this League One encounter. And Paul Rayner runs onto the pitch to get the ball back for Stevenage to have one last chance to get another consolation goal. That's what it will be, unless we can score here, which will then add a bit more time on for the celebrations. And List does well to McDonald, and against Walker's crosses in behind. Will be a corner to Stevenage.
What I will say as well,
time.
We mentioned earlier regarding this referee, looks like another 3-1 for him again, doesn't it?
It does, Mike, yes, unless Stevenage can score here. And maybe that's why Peterborough have defended really well. To stop Stevenage from getting another goal. As the ball comes in and all the way through. And behind, and just as he goes behind, the full-time whistle goes. And my man's just mentioned there, another 3-1 for this referee called Brook. And that's the third 3-1 victory for Peterborough under his stewardship, and the second 3-1 defeat for Stevenage under his stewardship as well. And full time at the Western Homes Stadium is finished. Peterborough 3, Stevenage 1, sorry. Michael was getting your hopes up there.
I would have taken 1-1 as well, yeah.
Peterborough 3, Stevenage 1. Well, Mike Onoman, thoughts overall at the end of that game?
Yeah, I think Peterborough deserved the win overall. They were better in the second half. I think Mothersill came on, had a big impact, got himself a couple of assists there. And, as I said before during the commentary, when it went to 3-0, I thought that the game was done, and that proved to be correct. Nick Freeman got a consolation for Stevenage, who huffed and puffed and, had chances in the first half without really testing Jed Stead too much. As I said at the end of that commentary as well, it does feel like Peterborough are the side looking up the table rather than trying to get into the playoffs. They're looking at potentially getting automatic. Stevenage are just hoping to stay in the playoff places. And even after today's result, they still remain there going into that game against Leyton Orient at the weekend. So 9 more games, 9 cup finals, if you will, for Stevenage. And, even after this performance and this result, they're still well in the mix.
Yes, absolutely, Mike Onoman. That's the thoughts of Mike Onoman there. Big thank you to Mike throughout the evening there. Just some breaking news that we've received from the world of the Premier League now. And we'll fetch Mike back in on this one because this is involving a team that he also follows in Arsenal. Mm-hmm. And there's a bit of good news for Arsenal, Mike. Ben White has committed his future to Arsenal by signing a new and improved long-term contract. Official announcement expected by the end of the week. They previously ran to 2026. Fresh terms extend and reward importance. Another key player returned by Arsenal. Another news is that Tommy Asu is also set to sign a new deal. He's signing a new deal as well. And David Raya has triggered an option, and he'll be staying at Arsenal as well. So 3 bits of news there for Arsenal, and which is good news in terms of keeping players who's other club already now on the books going forward into the news, going into next season and beyond, Mike Onoman.
Yeah, it's good for Arsenal on the back of that victory in the Champions League last night as well. Long evening, that one going to penalties, and then the Gunners winning 4-2 against Porto after winning 1-0, and it being 1-1 overall. Good bit of play, good bit of news there for Arsenal, sorry, I should say.
Good bit of play, Mike. I didn't realise Arsenal were playing tonight.
Good bit of news for Arsenal fans, yeah.
Yes, as Mike said there, good bit of news for Arsenal fans. That's all we've got time for then. Big thank you to myself, Russ Vennon and Mike Onoman for listening to the commentary of this evening. We hope you enjoyed the coverage of League One. A bit of a break and a bit of a change from your Premier League offerings that we normally bring you. But we do hope that you do enjoyed listening to that this evening. Big thank you then to all our listeners, and especially to those on our partner channels as well. Well,
I was just going to say as well, sorry, Stevenage fans, I was hopeful that I could bring a little bit of luck regarding some sort of a result, but just wasn't to be. 9 cup finals to go on to Orient on Saturday.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. Well, thank you on behalf of myself, Russ Vennon. Mike Onoman, you just heard from briefly there as well. And the rest of the team here at the Commentary Hub 2, JB Sports, and Focus on Football. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all again very soon. Take care. Goodbye for now.